Let's talk about the principle of utility, aka utilitarianism. I got that right. I remember struggling a lot with that word as a young debater. Anyways, let's get into it. We're going to talk about the principle of utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is a moral framework that suggests that individuals, human beings, should make decisions based on outcomes or consequences. So sometimes we call it the principle of consequentialism, because it suggests that if you have a decision to make, you should look at the consequences of that decision and think of which of those actions is going to bring about the most amount of happiness for the greatest amount of people. Let's put this into context. Let's say you have a decision to make. You have limited amount of funds and you want to do some charitable work. Now you have to choose what sort of charity or outreach is likely to affect the most number of people and maximize happiness for a greater amount of people. Maybe you might think, well, using that money to do a health outreach that is likely to make people healthier and make their family members feel happier. So just by doing one thing, you are able to create a cascade of feeling of happiness that creates that bigger utility. The alternative might be being the typical Nigerian politician, and you probably want to give a few people jerseys or football kits or wheelbarrows for young people to push. You get the point. Utilitarianism encourages us to be selfless. It wants us to think beyond our own personal interest and think of how our actions affect other people. So by doing this, you probably are compelled to weigh up the cons and the pros of these actions and think of the intensity and the duration of the happiness that action is likely to produce, and also think about or account for the number of people that are likely to be affected by such decision. Utilitarianism is a core foundational principle that we teach at the very basics of debating, and it is a principle that can be learned by an individual who has critical thinking skills. To learn more about critical thinking, go back to my previous video and also sign up for our classes at Rhetorics. My name is Eze Makuba, and I'll see you.